denji le kushile kwa sa. Oshibi, fly by your man there. It is late. I never. We no go sit down the look. Make them go pull our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we just up. No be so. No be so. We gonna share every day. People just a show. So Jackie boy, you support them. Shut them the canoe, you go cause war. We touch it on you go cause war. Makana go no na dika wa munelwa. Anga uni fan kore na la. It's not the time we go change for them. Change for them, tell them we no be so. Onyi populi opoku apakoya. E by na saya apayo. Igbo people have been marginalized. IPOBs have been brutalized. We no go sit down there.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them come kill all of us. We no go sit down there look. If they come take our life, we no go sit down there look. If they stop the house like us, we no go sit down there look. Make them come pull our girls.
Purchase your tracks today.
Instead of up, they take us down. Instead of right, they take us left. The change. They promise to change, but we don't see the change. Why you don't let Biafra go? Are you not tired of killing them? There's not the time we go send up for them. Send up for them, tell them we don't be zombie. We don't go sit down there look. Make them go kill all of us. We don't go sit down there look. Make them go take our legs. We don't go sit down there look. Make them stop the house like us. We don't go sit down there look. Make them go pull our girls.
You see that person?
Oko shepi and then G le kushile kwa sa. Oshibi, fly by your man there. It is late. I never.
Purchase your tracks today.
We no go sit down the look. Make them go pull our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we just up. No be so. No be so. We gonna share.
Hello, fellow Biafrans. Welcome to the program. Good evening, good morning from my end. I want to say welcome welcome to this wonderful Like I promised, I'll be coming back, and I'm back again. It's already 19 minutes past midnight here in Veneto, Italy. And we're on a live program today, 17th of August 2021. And it is my pleasure to have you. Please help us share this program and make it go around, because we'll be talking about issues where we left it in the afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm not going to give room for calls, but we are just going to bring your analysis very brief and short. But please help us share this video. And what we are going to talk about also boils down to um, a very important discussion that has to do with a principal officer who called into Simon Ekpa's a live program to make certain allegations, and we just want to bring that discussion forward, bring the analysis. And with me is Mazi Solomon. Peter Mazi Solomon, good morning from my end. And I think it's morning on your end as well. I can't hear you, Mazi Solomon. Your voice, your volume, you're not speaking.
Yes, it's morning and also cold at this in this end. We are still feeling cold. It's early morning. At my side, in my side here is 21 minutes past 8 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. So thank you, Mazipat, for making me part of this program. My name is Solomon Peter. Greeting to Biafran all over the world. IPOP, one family, one indivisible family. IPOP, one indivisible family. Now, why we are coming here is that so many attempts has been made against IPOP, but onye Chineke noyel, onwere onye pụrụ ime gide. So many attempts has made to divide the families or to leave us without leadership, or to make sure that the effort which millions of Biafrans all over the world has put together as to have such a wonderful families and movement. So many attempts has made using people, using familiar faces in order to destabilize what we are doing collectively. But God on our side, being that we are standing behind the altar that nobody, we are standing behind the authority in the altar that nobody can be able to stand to cause us, or to be able to stand to cast a divination against us, because no divination against Israel and no enchantment against Jacob. So we must know that we are standing behind a great altar, that whenever anybody falleth upon it, it shall be broken, and anybody that he falleth upon it shall be crushed. So they are just doing it on vain, because the time will come when you will think.
Mazi, somebody is commenting that we don't know English. Patrick Waokoro say you guys don't really understand. Thank you, Patrick. English is our mother tongue. It's Igbo language. By the way, like I tell Mazi, I promise Biafrans I'll be bringing them live on this episode. And I would have loved to share the link of this program for those who want to comment, possibly to join us briefly. Because what we are going to talk about, Mazi, sorry to have cut you short on that early introduction. What we are going to talk about is something that has very, very sensitive issue that has to do with the inner issues of IPOB leadership. And one of the principal officer called into Simon Ekpa's program to make certain allegations that we need to really look into. And because I know a lot of people will say, why dive into such discussion? But it's important that we bring the analysis and also to Ariuche Watago, because the whole thing is going viral and a lot of people are reading different meanings into it. So Mazi, can you continue from where you stopped, please?
Okay, you call my attention to Patrick Nwokoro.
Nwokoro, yeah, but
Yeah.
notwithstanding.
You said, you guys don't really understand English. He might not be referring to us. He might be talking about people. He might be responding to somebody. But if he's talking about us not understanding English, on what aspect is he talking about? So, but that is, by the way, we continue. What we are saying here is that IPOP family is one, and the Biafrans are one. So we are together. And I want to assure you that all our differences, we sort it within ourselves. So if there be any misunderstanding or any things happening internally in IPOP, anọghọ n'ọnụ ofu onye aka ikpe. So what we do is that the intelligence of IPOP are still at work and the issues are being resolved. But what we cannot accept from anybody is an attempt to divide the family of IPOP. We cannot accept it from anyone. An attempt to divide Biafran family can never be accepted by anyone. And anyone who is trying to welcome it should be the number one enemy of the people. So we must know that divided we fall and united we stand. And secondly, we also understand that people people need to understand the system of IPOP and how it functions. So you should not allow emotions to drag you out of already laid foundation or structure that is already in operations and working. So therefore, we must be very, very conscious of what we dish out on the media or what we say on the media. On the media is very, very important. It's very, very important at this very point in time. Oh, I welcome all Biafrans in this very program. Discussion continue on the way forward. Sit at home was done yesterday by some individuals, not that the order was given for sit at home yesterday, but some people took it upon themselves, said they are not satisfied for any order for suspending sit at home, that they are still willing to go any mile. They are still willing to go any mile as to regard to the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom of Biafra. And they did it in individual basis. They did it as people, as an individual, and nobody has any problem on that. And I believe the people who took the message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that lead to him making a decision of suspending the sit at home will also take the message to him, because all these things count. Very, very important that despite suspending the sit at home, people are still willing to sit at home because they haven't heard from him, because they haven't heard from him, they haven't seen him, despite that the second party is conveying his messages that they are not yet satisfied. And that does not mean that they will not be satisfied tomorrow, because we will engage, and the people, DOS, everybody in authority will engage. Even the barristers, there's no need of running away from people because they have different opinion or they have counter opinion. You have to engage them until all of us fall into oneness that we are, until all of us form one that we are. So we keep engaging, keep explaining until the last person. Now, look at how the children of Israel crossed the Red Sea. The Red Sea get divided. There is confusion everywhere. But when the children of Israel passing on the dry land, the record says until the last person left the Red Sea, then the Red Sea is still remain divided. So until the last person of the enemies come into the Red Sea is still open. So now we will keep explaining until the last person among us, the Biafrans, understand why Mazi has to suspend the sit at home. So that's what we need. We keep engaging ourselves despite misunderstanding and despite misinformation or despite whatever accusation that is
despite whatever suspicion.
Exactly. Despite whatever suspecting the lawyer, suspecting the US and whatever things, we will keep engaging until the last person understand why that was suspended and that
Mazi,
has to be
let's take this clip. Let's take this clip.
I'm bringing you now
Nelly, welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Master Simon. I really appreciate you inviting me, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
Thank
So
you.
concerning your the sit at home, there are a few things that I'm going to point out. I will try to be sensitive to your show. I'm going to try to be as much sensitive as I can, but I'm still going to take time to explain to our people what I need them to hear, what I need them to listen to. So here is the situation. First of all, our leader told us that he will not be the one to disappoint us, but that we are going to be the one to disappoint him. And let me tell you, Simon, we are disappointing him right now. We are disappointing Mazen Nandikano. Just like he prophesied, that's what we're doing. Secondly, our leader told us that if we don't see him, that we need to burn Nigeria, we need to set fire, we need to set Nigeria ablaze. The question is, have we seen Mazen Nandikano? And what are we doing about it? The Mazen Nandikano that we know, is he the type that will tell, oh, now sit at home is working? Let us ask ourselves this question. Is Mazen Nandikano the person that will see a program that is working and he will tell us to suspend that without giving us an alternative? That is the question we need to be asking. People are saying, yes, this command is coming from our leader and we have to obey. Yes, we have to obey.
Yeah, Mazi Solomon. I just got a notification, so but we just have to talk about, we all know the story. It's quite a long story. It's quite, for me, I don't know how to express that, but it's difficult because, being uh, um, a principal officer, don't you think that there are certain issues that need to be treated internally without, at least till the end? I mean, no matter how long it's going to take.
Thank you so much. I don't know the notification you got, but that is all right. At least with the short clip you play, people will understand where we are going at the end of these very programs. Okay, so it's very, very important. Now, it's very, very important that people who are allocated position and who are allocated an office in the leadership of IPOP have to be very, very careful, have to be extremely careful. It doesn't matter what somebody read or what somebody promised that she or he can do. There is also their physical fitness should also be examined. Their physical fitness has to be examined. And that is why when God was leading his soldiers to defeat the enemy of Israel, he took them through the process. Despite some people are heavy, some people are tall, huge, but mentally, they are not tough enough to handle the situation that is facing the children of Israel at that very moment. They are not mentally tough enough. So therefore, for that reason, God has to take people through a process, through cross-examination. And he took them to the river and he tell the leader that whosoever that drink water this side and drink water that side, no matter the size of the person, if that person drink water like this, that means that person is not fit, send him home. God does not fight with majority. God fights with the choosing. If God chooses you for a particular mission, he uses you to accomplish it. Mental fitness is very, very important to examine people in their mental capacities while they are occupying a position or while they are sent to do a job. If somebody look physically okay, educational okay, and even proving that he know one or two things, their mental, there will also be a mental cross-examination. Now, for this very principal officer in a very high position, of which Mazi, you know how sick, how heartbreak that have been, is still the same person that have instigated one of my closest and one of my closest. Do you understand? Instigated him coming to the media, attacking the financial institution of which is not in his position. And you know how broken I am. Do you understand? So the same person now has found his way in Simon Eber's program, instigating people, public, against leadership. Instigating public against leadership. And he claimed to be a high principled officer, which we have had in past. We have had people in past who occupy this in a very high esteem, who seems to divide, to instigate again, because when you see people going the same direction all the time, always do comparison. Remember when the former DOS, when they tried to instigate the public against the leadership, it was curtailed. And so many people have risen in the past to instigate the public against the leadership of IPOP, who is sacrificing everything to ensure that we are focused and we are coordinated and we are being carried along. Now, these people, they tried it. And the recent one that happened is Uchemofo, who tried to instigate public against the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All these things, people must be cautioned about it. That people are occupying a position in IPOP does not mean that they are mentally stable. If somebody who is emotional to this very extent can be occupying a sensible position in IPOP, that means that we are in danger. And somebody must rise up to responsibility. It can never be accepted, no matter the truth. That I told one of my one politician who called me, and I told him that you are right in the morning does not mean that you continue to be right till afternoon or evening. You can be right in the morning and wrong in the afternoon or wrong in the evening, based on your approach, based on your attitude. You can have a good attitude in the morning when you are right. In the afternoon, you become wrong because your attitude change. And people should take caution on this. Very, very important. That you are occupying a position in IPOP does not gives you the opportunity or the chance to start, saying things that in a position of leadership you shouldn't be saying at a particular time. Instigating anybody who say that he's a leader of IPOP. Remember, DOS is not one person, but any member of DOS who comes out to instigate public against leadership, that person is the number one suspect. You are number one suspect. In no reason should she come out to instigate people against leadership. No way. You can make your point without instigating anybody. And secondly, again, you are honorable. You are a principal officer. And look at the way she called the name of other principal officers, even in Nigerian politics. They still go against themselves, but they will not forget to call a senator, this person, honorable, this person, even while you are trying to make a point. But for you to use a very dirty name for a principal serving officer like you, that means that there is something you are having personal and mentally you are not stable. Despite how hard you have proven to have working hard, but mentally you are not stable. You cannot at any time, somebody is correcting you, you are very angry, trying to come. You said, no, you are not angry. You are saying, what proof that you are not angry? If you can stand on a somebody program calling somebody a name that he should not be called, Madam AKK secretary, or this and that, that shows you are angry. That shows that you are not mentally stable. That shows that you needed. I have teach people here in leadership. In leadership, there will be a time when it will be too much on you. You give yourself holidays. You can take off and cool down yourself, because any decision you make when you are angry as a leader can never.
Mazi, let me just intervene and address what engineer Ife de DYKE. I said, this is not zoo politics. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. You know, when you made reference to Nigerian politics, you were talking about even when we consider them uncivilized, even when we consider them not qualified, but they still address issue in a more civilized manner than some of us are behaving today, Mazi Solomon. So, Engineer Ife Deba need to understand from which point you are coming from. That if you have to address your fellow principal officer, no matter how offensive, no matter how bad you feel, you know, there should be some that kind of a respect to drive your point home. Mazi Solomon, go ahead, please.
Okay, people don't understand. Now, when you said politics, people will begin to panic. We are not in politics. We are not. Agitation for Biafra is a politics of his own. There is even in local families, even in your family, your husband and wife and your children, there is a local politics. We are not politicians. We are freedom fighters. That is just in another way. But in the freedom fighting, there is politics that also playing out. There is also politics. Not that does not make you a politician, but that political character is still in the struggle. You still have it. You cannot do away with it. Anywhere two or three people gathered, there is a politics. Even in a social club, in anywhere you people gather, there is a political character that will be playing out. That does not make the people a politicians, but those political characters should be playing out in this very struggle, in the leadership of IPOP, in every of our activities. There is a kind of political characters that are playing out. That does not mean that we are politicians. So now, using the zoo politics also to give you an example, does not in return make us a politicians. But I am telling you, even people as you can't, as bad as they are, you call them zoo, you call them all manner of bad names. But at the same time, when they are addressing themselves, they will not forget to address, even put president to Buhari. They will not forget to put senator to whosoever that is entitled to. They will not forget to put honorable to whosoever honorable is entitled to. That shows that you are only saying the truth, that you are not biased. You are not biased in the truth. But when you come out to call people name, that shows you are biased and you have something personal with those people. And such an allegations you make is something that you know there is an authority in IPOP, and you should put all your record straight. You should put all your records straight and engage the platform in where necessary. So even if you are coming at the media to voice out or to say the truth, that does not now bring you into instigating people against leadership. You can still say the truth and go your way. But for you to come and start instigating public that they have to go against DOS, that DOS has a problem, that DOS are not working, then you yourself that is talking, are you working? Are you working? Because all this while, we have not heard of you.
We have not heard of you going to prison, and you are telling people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, if you don't see me, you burn Nigeria. What are you waiting? Does it mean you yourself, who is saying that thing, you didn't hear it from him? Why haven't you gone to put fire somewhere? Why? Why you haven't gone to put fire in the state you belong? Why? Why you haven't armed yourself and said, this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, so I'm not waiting for DOS? Then you should have been coming to tell us that since you didn't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you have gone to put fire in the state house because you had it from him. But you haven't done it. But you are coming to instigate public against leadership. Now, why I am addressing this and some other things is because people have already started twisting even what Simon Ekpa is preaching. And before you know it now, it will begin to go wild. And we will have to start countering those things. Now that the principal officer, the level of emotion that was seen from the principal officer that called Simon Ekpa, and Simon Ekpa is trying to correct her that she is angry, and yet she don't want to accept that she is angry. She don't want to accept it. She still wanted to prove to Simon Ekpa, no, I'm saying the truth, I'm not angry. But people are seeing you are angry, and people are seeing your emotional outburst. At the same time, you try to deny it. So somebody who can deny her action, even somebody when people are seeing her actions, how mentally stable do you think that person is? This is not the first time. Ifeanyi Ejimofo is the one who stood and walked till our leader was set free from the formal detention of DSS.
DSS, yeah.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he was detained the first time, he was detained with DSS. Still, the principal officers of IPOP, they fought until he been transferred to the prison. And the same thing is repeating itself, and they are fighting, telling you that the next step is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not stay in DSS, that he should be transferred in the prison. If Nigeria needed to follow up his case, or else they will give him unconditional release, which is what we are demanding for. But do you expect the lead council, people who are working within the confines of their profession, you expect them to begin to act like people who can just wake up in the morning from their house and decide to do whatever they want to do? How do you expect people that are acting within the confines of their profession to start acting like agitators or people who can just wake up and do whatever they want to do? It can never happen. There must be a diplomacy.
Why you go on? I have seen a lot of comments asking why people continue to show concern, people continue to question why should the sit at home be suspended, and they seem to be throwing their anger towards the Directorate of State for suspending the sit at home. And I have always asked people, this same sit at home that all of you are blaming the Directorate of State for, and is it not the same Directorate of State that initiated it in the first place? It was the same Directorate of State that initiated the sit at home in the first place. They brought out the idea of every Monday sit at home. So how do you think that they cannot go ahead to sabotage what they have started already? Mazi Solomon.
That is what everybody should be answering. Does it mean that some aliens is trying to hijack the sit at home order? Because that is what they did during the NSAS. Because some of these people that are hiding under the agitation of Biafra now, typing very fast, you will think that they are the people that are in solidarity. They are people who have just seen an opportunity, and we can't keep quiet. They have seen an opportunity, and you will see them, they are commenting, typing as if though they are people who, in even some of the BBC news and all the gutter media of Nigeria, they are here. Everywhere they see, they can keep quoting. They are now the people in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Mazi, now we've seen this kind of build up, is it possible that this build-up must have come from an unsuspected angle? Because they understand that if they're able to, destabilize the Directorate of State, automatically IPOB is destabilized. So that there could be some kind of external build-up from somewhere to put pressure on the Directorate of State to see if they can use that to collapse the system. Is that possible?
Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you just have to mark this very thing, Mazi. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is with us giving orders, there is people who are fighting day and night to overthrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down. Uchemofo gangs are there. You must know. All the Ifajunas, they are the typers. They all from the one, read the history of, go back to the history of IPOP. There is been some element who are fighting day and night to see that they bring down IPOP. They bring down IPOP. Now they are using this very opportunity. They are using this very opportunity to begin to instigate people against leadership so that they will see whether they will succeed at this very time. You see, so many of them are no more coming on the Facebook to yam. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing this. Why should Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Are you seeing all of them? They are now have gone underground.
Their focus is now on DOS. Their focus is now on DOS.
They are trying to see if there is a way they can be able to destabilize that leadership. They are seeing that there's a way they can be able to divide the family of IPOP. And there's so many feeble minds, because there is always a weak link in every organization or movement. What they will do now, they will go and attach themselves with the weak link of IPOP, and like that woman who come out to very angry and also emotional outbursts, and somebody you are in his program is cautioning you, you are angry, talking to you very mildly, you are angry. I know you wanted, before you go that, before you talk about US, I want you to calm down. You are angry. Say, no, I'm not angry, but she is angry. And she is doing that. Does he supposed to? Such person, what she needs, is it not to give herself a break? Is to give herself a break. Because leadership must take its course. And the people must do what they wish, what they want to do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You don't need to instigate them. If they want to stay at home, they stay at home. You don't need to make them to feel that they are right by staying at home, by instigating them against DOS. Still on Monday, people do what they want to do. But for you to take advantage of it to instigate the people against DOS, instead of you explaining to people to understand why decision was taken and why it was suspended, then you that are in the position to explain to people are the one instigating people. And then the people who have ever worked tirelessly to see that IPOP family get divided, then they are now taking advantage. They are now hijacking the order. They are now hijacking every process to be typing in the Facebook. They are writing everywhere. They are even calling themselves the men agitators. They are even calling themselves the men hardcore. Somebody call and say he's hardcore. You are hardcore, and you are sabotaging the system that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has labored to put in place. Even that one person that you are accusing in Nyanya that he is not working, one single Nyanya, can she be compared with the millions of Biafrans all over the world that are working tirelessly to see that things are done in order? If Nyanya is a problem, let that petition goes to the table, to the rightful table, and they continue to put pressure in that rightful table that Nyanya petition has been on this very table and something has to be done about it. Then you know that you are working within the confines of your profession. not on outbursts, on emotional outbursts, instigating people against leadership. And the same leadership are the people who come up with the idea to sit at home. Did they not have the interest of the people and interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu why they are making that very decision? And this
Because
time around,
Mazi,
I
know.
they are telling you, according to the structure of IPOP, when order come from the highest, and this is not the first time, even at that first time when there was a decision for sit at home, the order has come, but they ignore it. They said
Mazi,
no.
listen, Mazi, I know that before the DOS came to the point of agreeing for every Monday sit at home, it must have been deliberated for a very, very long time before coming up with that. So I believe it must have been a thorough deliberation before coming to that point. And suddenly, people are no longer even remembering that there was even a statement put out before, even few days to the sit at home, but the DOS still insisted that the sit at home was hold. That our leaders brother even put up a statement to cancel the sit at home, but the DOS still insisted that the sit at home must hold. Now, have people suddenly forgotten the effort of the DOS in making sure that even the very first sit at home held on Monday, on the 9th of August, have our people forgotten the kind of effort the DOS put in to make sure that the very first sit at home held on the 9th of August?
Mazi, there is somebody you need to monitor in this very program, which is Patrick Nwokoro. You need to monitor this person. I've gone through his profile. There is nothing about Biafra he shares in his platform. This person now, you need to monitor him. If
these are the people we are talking about. These are people that
insulting DOS.
Yes.
Please cut him off from this very program. He is not one of us. This person does not understand. This person you are seeing is one of the hired member of DSX. One of the hired member of people who are fighting to bring down IPOP leadership. So this kind of person, whenever you see him around the program, block this kind of person. Block him. So we are saying that at this very point in time, there is nothing that you can say that DOS has done wrong. In the first place, they come to put measure for continued detention of our leader in DSS. They said, we are putting this measure because we want unconditional release. And the letter, even on that, they say it should also go through review, because they want to understand, even in the first time, why Mazi was in DSS and doesn't want the sit at home. So they say, we will review it. We will review it. They put it there. But some of you will like to be schooled like a primary school for you to understand just a simple matter. Some of you are not following. Even Chinasa Moru, when he was broadcasting, some of you don't listen. You don't listen. Everything was stated. That despite that we have put this very measure, we will also review it. Because there was an instruction that came that Mazi says suspend it. But at that time, they wanted to verify it. They want to go through the process. Why should Mazi say suspend? And the voice keep coming strongly.
Mazi, let's take the clip of Chida Samoru on the very first broadcast of Sitato, so that our people, the problem is our people easily forget. So, but we're going to play what he said on the very first sit-at-home order, so that our people will be able to recollect back that if somebody like this can, enforce sit-at-home, how come that he now turn around and stay, turn against it? Let's take this clip.
And as we move on, it will be more intensified. It will be more intensified. Have it in mind. There is no need of too much grammar or stories or whatever. It's just for you to prepare your mind. I just want to take a few minutes to play the clip which you have heard. Then we will now have one or two analysis on it. Very, very important.
Mazalosi, good evening from the state of Kuwait, and good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Today's date is 28th of July 2021. It is a date that every Biafran, wherever you are, you will remember today's date. I'm just coming on air. This is an emergency, coming on air just to talk to our people based on the document released from the DOS, signed by Mazi Chike Dosiem. This particular document, from now onward, we are giving the Nigerian government and all their terrorist friends, we are giving them till 8th of August to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. They must show us proof of life. Starting from the August 9th, there will be total shutdown in Biafra land. It is not going to be once. It is going to be every Monday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Biafra land will be shut down. We are telling people now, if you are in Biafra land, bear in mind that starting on Monday, 9th of August, Biafra land will lock down 6 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. There will be no movement. There will be no business. There will be no market that is open. There will be no bank working. There will be no school. IPOB Eastern Security will enforce these laws. If you want to, we all know how we organize our sit at home, but this is we are going to implement. This is a ghost season. Every Monday, the whole Biafra land must be locked down until they release our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody who will try to disobey this law, anybody who will try to disobey this order, he or she or them will have themselves to blame. We have decided that it is no more game as usual. We all saw what happened on the court on 26th of July, a couple of 2 days back. They are playing with our intelligence, and we are going to pay them back in the same coin they have paid us. If you are a politician, if you are a governor, senator, irrespective of who you are, all of you are our potential targets. All of you will make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the way you people sold him out, the same way you are going to make sure he's being released. We are going to spare nobody. We are going to teach you a lesson if you dare try this particular order. We have seen what happened in Imo State. People just sat at home in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the day of his court. Now we are declaring this order. Hopes of them must be ready to lock down every market. Be ready to send every soldier to every market. This is what you have bargained, and we are going to give it to you in excess. This particular time, we have no time to waste again. All of the people who are calling to do this, the DOS, the leadership of IPOB, have decided to move this part, and this part we must follow. If you say you're a supporter of this struggle, if you say you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you say that you are part of this freedom fighting, we are expecting you from now till 8th of August. Prepare yourself, arrange yourself, respect yourself. Starting from 9th, there will be total lockdown. Every Monday, there will be no business in Biafra land. Anything you are doing, concluded by Saturday or Sunday, every Monday there will be no business in Biafra land. We are making this, we gave people time, we gave all this longer time so that people can prepare themselves, put themselves in order, because this ghost town we are implementing have no definite date to stop until our leader is released. I repeat, we have no definite time to stop. Only when our leader is released. And from time to time, we reveal our plans on ground. If you know you are a saboteur, most of you, you know that you are being paid with.
See, so we had where he said the plan will be reviewed from time to time, Mazi Solomon.
Yes, that is exactly what was discussed, passed, the information. But how many people today that are writing DOS are this that actually follow Radio Biafra, that actually share this very program of DOS? Shina Samoru, for your notice, is the member of DOS. He's the member of DOS, and this is his broadcast in Radio Biafra pre the time when I first sit at home on 8th of August. You see how intensive, how prepared these people are to go. And they give you a clause that this thing will be reviewed time by time. And this thing that is going, even before the presenter told you that instead of going lower, we will go higher, more, we will make it more intense. Through the review, in the first time they come hard like this, until they have reviewed the notice from our leader, the order from our leader, suspend it. These are the same thing that happened during that cost the former DOS. The former DOS was given an order to stop something. They refused by our leader. While our leader is still in detention, he gave them order to do something, and they refused to do it. Then that means that we are breaking the chain of command that has last this family. And somebody is coming to tell me you are angry at once, you come to media, you want to pour out everything, you want to bring down everything. Even if Nenyanya is not working properly now, he become a betrayer. Was there a time that she is sincere? Was there a time that she has made a sacrifice? Respect those times, then use those times now to follow up whatever things that have changed, to make sure that you channel it in the appropriate channel that can deal with it, not coming to use it to instigate the public. If Chike Dosian is not acting in a full capacity or in DOS, forward it. You are a principal officer. Write and continue to educate Biafrans, not in coming with emotional or biased mind, calling people you are working with names. That means you have something personal with them. And I've ended it up telling Biafrans to be very, very careful. The name of office or whatever somebody is doing, because there is people in there so we must be very conscious of all these things, and we must take everything under consideration. When this thing happened, we didn't see DOS coming to run their mouth in the media. They are still coordinated. They are still focused. They understand their position, that whatever they releases in the media, whatever they say, count, matters in the life of Biafrans. So they want to take everything under consideration. So when they speak like leaders. They are not broadcasters. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, while you are finding the difference with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started as a broadcaster. And he has talent for that. And you shouldn't expect everybody to have the same talent like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So DOS, they are the leaders. They work on the ground. They work with intelligence.
It is a management structure.
Yes, it's a management structure which does not count on one person. Our leader has a veto power. But DOS, no single person has a veto power. Everything has to be by meeting by meeting, meeting by meeting. Nobody, Chike Dosian cannot just come out from it. And you see what that woman did. The woman said that Chike Dosian just come out and they suspend the seat at home without consulting anybody. Can you see such a blatant liar? And the people who were members of DOS, they are watching, and this person was speaking lie against the leader of instigating people against Chike Dosian, singling him out. What kind of principal officer is that? she should go for further training. You know, no, it doesn't matter how hard people think she's working. But that singular act she did in Simon Eber, and Simon Eber is trying to put her, to bring her in order. Simon Eber trying to help her, but she refused to be helped. That is very bad. I say this principal officer, I'm not accusing her. I'm not saying she's not genuine. That might be what she felt, and she felt it. But the fact remains, in that kind of position, she must have control.
She's not mentally
over her emotions.
She's not mentally.
I want to say, Mazi.
Yeah,
There's
yes.
something I want to say, and I refer people to Bible. The spirit of prophet is subject to the prophet. Anybody who say that is prophet and the spirit is not under your control, that means you have lost your mind and you are now a mad person. When people lost their mind to their emotion, they are now out of control. And whenever you are out of control, you are now a mad person. I'm not calling any person a mad person, but this struggle does not warrant you losing your mind, because when you lose your mind, you kill Biafrans. You don't need to lose your mind. You need to make sure that what the Bible says, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. So when you are a prophet, a message comes, that message must be under you to fashion it to the way that he must define the people. He must define the people. He must motivate people to do the right thing, not instigate them against leadership. The spirit of prophet is under the prophet. If you have lost your mind, anybody that lost his or her mind is heading to madness. And it doesn't matter the degree. It doesn't matter the position. I have seen the MD, Director General of organizations, that run mad. I have seen it with my korokoro eyes. I have seen healthy people who are under my care right now. Very intelligent. I am taking care of doctors of many kind of field that are mad, that are in psychiatric hospital today. So let not us be confused with any degree of anybody. If somebody is turning a wrong direction, we must speak the truth in order to get that person coordinated. That lady is intelligent, because our leader have never selected anybody who is not intelligent. Academically, she might be intelligent, but right now, mentally, she needs
there is something I want us to look at it from a perspective. You know, the impact that our leader have made in people's life, has it brought it to the point where people are now losing their mind, knowing the fact that he's in danger? You know, looking at the kind of value they place on him. Is it possible that psychologically people are beginning to feel that void? You know, people are beginning to, like, you know, they can no longer control their emotion, knowing that he's in danger right now. Is it? Can we look at it from that angle? Is it possible?
Yes, there is a comment of one person that I must respect here. Now, you must put it into consideration. If you say that DOS refused the order from our leader in the first place, that is right. But you must know that the relationship between the DOS and our leader is not servant and the slave. It's not master and the slave. Though that people convey the message in the first place that our leader said, no seat at home. But DOS must filter that very information from where it comes from. They must filter it, and that is why they go on the first time and they bring it under review. After they must have filtered the information that they are receiving. They are not fools. They are not stupid. They work within the confines of leadership and what should be done to people. So that is what I just want to say to address. Now, coming to what you are asking, so even including myself, I was battered. I just picked myself together. I'm the one who took time to fix myself together. I was battered when I confirmed that Mazi is with DSS, that is with Nigeria government, and what was done to him. I was emotionally battered. In short, I was broken as a person, and so many of us. So many has recovered, some have not recovered. That is just the truth. But what I'm saying, that if you haven't recovered as to face what is reality before us today, we still wanted you to take time. Take your time. You need to recover. Anybody in the position of leadership must not rely on emotion. There must be balance in your thought. There must be balance in the way of your reasoning as a leader, for you to be able to make. How is it that Mazi Edoziem comes to make broadcasts and they start crying like me? You need to know how to control this very kind of emotion. Jesus never wanted to cry before his disciples. When he brought them to a place where the Bible said that he continued to pray that the sweat in his body like blood, he made sure he left them for a distance. He made sure. And Jesus was the first person to fight against this kind of emotional outburst. When Peter got to emotional outburst, that you won't die. Anybody that touch you will deal with that person. He said, Satan, go behind me. A leader must be people who possess a different kind of mindset and they are mentally stable, that in every situation, they can be sleeping in a boat, in a trouble boat in the sea. Jesus was with his disciple. There was storm in the sea, but he was sleeping, meditating, because he possessed the power of leadership. Until they cried and wake him up, he said, "Oh, you people of little faith." And he speak, and the storm and everything calm down. So a leader can feel like, you can feel even in the midst of storm, when a leader is trying to get the best decision out, you might equally think that they are sleeping. You might equally that they think that they don't pay concern to the troubling of the sea. They don't pay concern to the life of the people. They don't pay concern to, but that is the time they are putting everything into consideration to make sure that they bet the best decision that will help the people to further their life. But when a leader, the Bible says, woe unto you when your leader, when your king is a child. The child that comes to cry to everybody for food, that come to, that comes every time all they know is emotional outburst. When they want something, they started crying. Woe unto you when your leader is a child. The leader must be people. Our leader taught us that you must be mentally tough for you to continue in this very journey. If anything happened to Mazen Nandekano, these people that you are seeing, that some of them you just see them, they go, the disappear. Who will continue this journey are the people who are mentally tough. They are the only people. So we must understand that, and we are pleading that this thing will not happen again. If you are a principal officer, if anything is happening and you are losing your mind and your emotion is in control, and there is no balance in your thoughts and the imagination anymore, please go somewhere, relax yourself until you get control, and make sure you can withstand the public, no matter the passion, no matter the emotion. You make sure that you can withstand it. Simon Eber will be playing his program. People will be asking him, why can't you be serious? Why can't you? Do you think it's easy? You don't know that the person who is just showing teeth is even more serious than you, who is trying that you are flying. That is just trying to demonstrate leadership. That he shouldn't be the one that will be coming to the public to cry like a baby. Then if he started crying, then who is then leading who? Who is then leading who? And people will be telling him, I want you to be serious. I want you to be serious. Sure. Now how to be serious is to close your teeth. Some people can be laughing, ha, 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 ha. And they are the people that you cannot move an inch. You cannot move them an inch. So we must understand that leaders are not the people who will come to stand and start crying before the people that they are leading. That is just the truth. I have once in this very program break down several times emotionally. I am not a leader of any group. I am only here as an Mazipat, bring me up as an analyst to say my own opinion. But I know what leadership is all about. I find myself in that very position, I will always deal with facts.
And cry behind the scene.
And cry behind the scene, not with sentiment. Not with sentiment. Mazi, quickly, because this program has fast spending and so many people, it's midnight and so many people might be going to sleep.
Yeah, let's play a little of. Let's play a little of.
Mazi, wait. Thank you very much. I know you always give me opportunity to talk. Not that I'm a talkative, but now the fact is that I want to address another thing. I'm hearing autopiloting, autopilot, and the people have begun to twist the very genuine program that Simon Eber is doing. And I wanted to bring to their notice, let them study what is autopilot again. Now, anytime you hear anything auto, that simply means that something that has been programmed. Biafran restorations has been programmed. It has already been loaded. Autopiloting is that what has been programmed will continue to play out endlessly. That no matter what people do to stop the movement, because it has been already programmed to continue until the restoration of Biafra, that there's nothing a politician, there's nothing
continue towards the destination, because for you to have an autopilot system, you need to also give the movement a destination. Go ahead.
Direction.
Yes.
Now, we know that nothing comes auto until people fashioned it. People load the program. People know what they want to achieve. So what Simon is trying to explain, that what we want to achieve has already been loaded and there is no diversion to it. It is autopiloting. He has to, there is no stopping point until he gets to destination. He doesn't, he's not trying to tell you that the Biafrans have in autopiloting will lose leadership. No, because in every auto programs, every auto programming, there is still monitoring. There is still monitoring. There is still monitoring. There is still monitoring. There is still people who are making sure that the software are updated. So people should stop twisting Simon Eber. All these things, all these wicked people, we will not give you a breathing space. I have been busy in my prayer, and I said it's not best for me coming on the media because it will make me lose focus. But this time I've seen that leaving the media can also be very disastrous, and we have decided to come back. We will continue to explain to people, because that is the duty of the principal officers. That is the duty of the leaders who are in position of leadership at this very moment, to keep on coming. China Sanworu, you need to come back to continue to tell Biafran that what you broadcast in the first day that you have not packed down, but the order come from above. Biafran must be explained, and that is why you are seeing them giving recommendation to Simon Eber, because he's pouring an energy, coming every time, every moment, discussing with Biafrans, analyzing, explaining to them. Some of them did not just understand what he's saying in one program. But if you don't understand what he says in the morning, he come in the afternoon. If you don't understand what he says in the afternoon, he come in the evening. We know that DOS, we are not fashioned to be the media people broadcasters. But this time you can see that there is a need. There is a need. And you have to engage with your platform. People must know how to come and talk to you. People must know how to call you, ask you questions, ask you for explanation. And you have to do justice to all these things. That is very, very important. And I cannot end this very program without, at the same time, uploading our people who sit at home yesterday, registering their grievance, that they are ready to go to any extent as long as it has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran's agitations. I also appreciate them. But that does not mean that the leadership has lost control. That does not mean that the leadership are no more in control. DOS are in control. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need people who are physical to be running the affairs of restoration of Biafra before he will finally be restored. Very,
because
very important.
he can't do it alone.
And he can't do it alone. And he remain our leader, even in detention. So when he give order, the DSS will now filter the order and they issue it out. And nobody, anybody that is coming to
Mazi, not DSS,
right now,
DOS.
sorry,
before
even yesterday,
before they misinterpret it.
Onya ka mmadụ ji bụrụ na ihe ọ bụ na ịghọtago ebe ị na-azọ ka ikwucha ihe niile ka ndị mmadụ ghọta ịnọkọtakwa mistake akpụrụpụta, you know. Now I'm very, very sorry for that slip of tongue. We are talking of DOS, the Directorate of State, who are piloting the affairs of IPOP as it stands now, as our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu is still in the detention of DSS. So they are physical running the affairs of IPOP, and we stand by them. We stand by them. Anything that you sense that is wrong internally, just send your grievances in the right channel. Biafrans will follow it up, and it should be dealt with. Nobody, not even anybody, because when you divide the DOS individually, everybody is standing individual. No individual in DOS is capable of breaking the family of IPOP or capable of standing on our way. No individual. But as a body, as they continue to work as a body, being structured to pilot these very things, we keep on respecting them. DOS is not one man business. If one person is messing up, they will dish out that very person and will be dealt appropriately. People have done it in time past. Even as somebody in the place of deputy has been dealt with, talk less of anybody. So we should not be afraid, and we should respect the lead councils of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. Very, very important. That we have not seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not mean that these men are not working tirelessly. There is nothing to suspect about their action at this very moment. They are in the initial place when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was held. There was nobody visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the time you would have brought down Nigeria. That is the time that you would have vented your anger. But as the time goes, we have seen them make progress. That they have secured the visit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and initially it was only the attorneys who are visiting. Now they have also secured the opportunity of adding families and friends. And this is how we progress. So they are making progress on their own. So you have no reason, because you are not in that confine of that profession. Then if you are a lawyer, why can't you join them? Instead of investigating, they are not bringing wrong information. Instead of that, why can't you join as the member of the lead council? You visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also and hear from the horse's mouth. Then come out as somebody who has visited and then tell us.
And if you haven't read law, you can go back to school because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and read law. It can be done.
Yes. If you haven't graduated or you haven't read, please make effort to read now, so that when a matter comes, that it is only the lead counsel who goes, it's only lawyers who are privileged to. So you can also have that privilege. I'm not a lawyer. I'm depending right now in the work that the legal teams are doing, and they have made progress since the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained till now. They have been truthful. They came to say they didn't tell us when they arranged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first court. They make it known to the world. And when they came and they visited him, they find injury on his neck. They told us that there is injury on his neck. There is injury on his hand, and he needs medical attention. And when he improved, they come back and they tell us he has improved. He's in a very high spirit. Where have they debated that we make people to be coming to be insulting them? Insulting them. So I don't see need for that. We must work. We must have cooperation. We must have cooperation. Very, very important. Nobody can go it alone. DOS cannot go it alone without the lead counsel, because they are not lawyers. Even if they are lawyers, they are not among the team. So nobody can go it alone. They must have complete cooperation with the lead counsel, with the lobby firm. Everybody, there must be complete cooperation for that leadership to emerge, for that leadership to continue to excel.
Now, Mazi,
Okay, and
a
at the
lot of
same
people,
time again, Mazi, I want to say this, let it not be like we are
yes,
taking one side to this. At the same time, DOS have need to take note of the grievances that the Biafrans are registering against them at this very moment. Because if you are watching, if you are following up the trend on the media and you are seeing the grievances that people are registering against DOS and you are a member of DOS, take everything.
no, Mazi, as far as I'm concerned, from my own little knowledge, I know that the Directorate of State are monitoring the activities of Biafrans. They are monitoring their feelings, they are monitoring their sentiment, they are also monitoring their actions as well. And I believe that because it is the duty of the DOS to look into some of these activities, because the activities of Biafrans have always also helped DOS in delivering, have always helped them in doing their job, because they are not serving themselves, they are serving Biafrans. And that I can assure Biafrans that DOS is monitoring, even the sit at home today and everything that happened. Their action of Biafrans will help the DOL to improve, make better reviews, and come up with better solutions. Mazi Solomon, don't you think so?
Yeah. The Bible said it, that everything work out together for good for them that love God and for them that is called according to his will. So everything that is happening now is working good for us. There will be a time again, DOS will come up with sit at home, and the gutter media will come again, and some of people in the in Biafran land will come again. They are forcing people. People are sitting at home out of fear. At least that question has already been cleared. God have his own way of doing things. It has been cleared yesterday that nobody is being forced to sit at home. And the world has also taken record. Because when those people not feel, some people we thought that is true. It's because of fear that people didn't come out. Now they have understood that people are sitting at home willingly. That even in the upcoming Monday, there may still be lockdown without any order. It is very possible because people are determined. Even me yesterday, I sat at home because my mind has already been programmed. And that is what even Simon Oba was referring to, autopilot. Our mind has already been programmed to take measures against Nigerian government, to take measures against people who are holding our leader bound. So there is no two ways about it that in the coming Monday, even if the DOS delay in giving order, or if the order refuses to be reversed, people will still massively sit at home. So, and he has cleared the question. We are not being forced to do so. We are doing it voluntarily. We are doing it because we know what we want. And we want our request to be met. So people must understand it. And that does not mean that we are underrating the leadership of IPOP. No. And anybody who is coming to use that opportunity to instigate us against the leadership of IPOP,
we'll fight back.
We will fight back.
That's
you
true.
are a liar. You are a deceiver. You are devil incarnate by doing that. It cannot be done. I can take any measure. Look at me now. I'm talking. Last time in your program, Mazipat, I said that this thing will even come to a point where we'll be going to suicide mission, where we have to be suicidal. It can even come to a point where we have to even harm ourselves. I said, somebody like me, I will go to one place, I set myself ablaze. By the way, somebody have done it for Biafra. He does not wait for any order. Ojukwu did not command him. He is a foreign person, an American citizen. It has nothing concerns him.
He has no connection with Biafra.
He has no connection. But by himself, he went and set himself on fire because he wants to register agitation for what is happening to Biafrans. So it can even come to that very point where the OS will not give me order. I will go and cause havoc. It is possible. But what I'm telling people, we must not, at this very point, We must not give a wrong name to a beautiful baby with a beautiful destiny, like our people. When they are fighting with their neighbor, when they born a child, they will call that child Ekutoshia. Ekutoshia. Just because you are fighting with somebody at that time, then you give that child a permanent name to a temporary situation. We shouldn't be such a people. We should rise up to challenges. If you want to do anything personally, as the way you feel for what Nigerians are doing to Mazen and to Biafra, you can rise up to that very occasion, but that will not warrant you underrating a leadership of IPOP in any way. Simon Eber has never preached it. Simon Eber has never cited it. And anybody who are evil enough to attach the name of Simon Eber or twist the word of Simon Eber, Chineke ga-akpọgọkwa at the end of the day, because most of you are evil. Everything you sponsor in this your life is confusion. Everything you sponsor that give you happy, that give you joy, is when people are fighting, or when you see fight, when you see confusion, then you will start growing fat. I will curse you. I'm cursing all of you who are causing confusion in this very agitation before my altar, and I keep sacrificing to my altar. You are a cursed person, and you should be expelled. Don't instigate people against leadership that are sacrificing everything to ensure that our people are free from the predicament that they find themselves in Nigeria country. We must be cautious. Thank you, Mazipa.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mazi. You've said it all. And we also want to appreciate Biafrans who have dropped their comments. Many of them, I blocked few. Normally we don't block people on this platform, but I took the opportunity to carry out some blocking exercise this evening as a result of the nonchalant attitude of people coming here to insult us. Because when you insult the DOS, you're also insulting the Biafrans, because these are constituted authority within the Biafran struggle, and they should be respected. If you have any issues with how DOS is being run, there are channels you can actually send those grievances to, and not coming to castigate them or throw as passion on the Directorate of State. These are people that deserve our respect, because they also respect us, because they say respect is reciprocal. Mazi Solomon, we hope to be back tomorrow. It's already 1:37 a.m. in the morning, and a lot of people are within Europe.
You are doing it because I am managing Romania now, you know.
Yeah, at least for now.
I am managing Romania.
For now, we have to. Yeah. For now, we have to.
It's very good for you to serve your country when you are done.
Yes, we have to do what we have to do now. We do it for the future, So until we meet again, Mazi Solomon, I hope that Biafrans will remain steadfast in their struggle. I hope that Biafrans will also remain consistent, loyal, and continue to obey and go by the rules. Definitely, as long as Biafrans have decided that they want to stay at home, I believe that DOS will hearken to that call. Because had always also been, when we listen to Mazi Chinasa, talk about addressing the issue of sit at home, he talked about it. But along the line, something came up, and they went back to the drawing board. And I know that by the time they come back again, something good will happen, and Biafrans will be happy again. Mazi Solomon, I want to say thank you very much. For those of you who dropped a comment, we want to say thank you. For those of you who I blocked, no apologies. And until we meet again, Mazi Solomon, I say have a wonderful day. God bless you, and keep the spirit burning. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
I never.
tracks today.
We no go sit down the look. Oh. Make them go pull our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we just up. No be so. No be so. We go to share. Every day, people just go. Full family was wiped out by Fulanis. So Jackie boy used to call them terrorists. We touch them the canoe, you go cause war. We touch it on the bow, you go cause war. Makana Prugo no Nanga Wanelua. And I will find for another. It's not the time we go change for them. Change for them, tell them we know this. When you go pull your popo up, they might not try Igbo people have been marginalized. IPOBs have been brutalized. We no go sit down there.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them come kill all of us. We no go sit down there look. If they come take our life, we no go sit down there look. If they stop the house like us, we no go sit down there look. Make them come rape all our girls.
Purchase your tracks today.
Instead of up, they take us down. Instead of right, they take us left. Buru the change. They promise to change, but we no see the change. Why you not let Biafra go? Are you not tired of killing them? It's not the time we go change for them. Change for them, tell them we don't be submit. We no sit down there look. Make them come kill all of us. We no sit down there look. Make them come kill all of us. We no go sit down there look. Make them stop the house like us. We no go sit down there look. Make them come rape all our girls.
You see that person?